And Secretary of State Clinton is making 2 stops in Norfolk. In a few minutes, she'll take the stage as guest speaker at the World Affairs Council NATO banquet. That is going on right now at the Sheraton Waterside. But earlier today, she was at NATO headquarters. And that's where we find 10 on your side's Art Kahn. What did she talk about this afternoon?
Well, Tom, good evening. I'll tell you, her remarks here were very brief. She only spoke for about 10 minutes. Secretary Clinton saving the biggest part of her message for the World Affairs Council downtown. However, you know something? Just the very fact of the Secretary coming here was quite a loud statement, and I got that from all of the NATO members here. You know, and speaking of the NATO members, I got to tip my hat to them. This was one of the smoothest visits of a head of state that I've ever seen. There was no doubt about the Secretary of State's arrival, escorted in by Norfolk's finest. Secretary Clinton was greeted by representatives from all of the NATO member nations assigned to the Norfolk headquarters. Clinton's visit was intended to show our European allies how much importance the United States places on the NATO alliance. At a briefing with the commanding officer of the Allied Command Transformation Headquarters, French General Stéphane Abrial, Secretary Clinton said the work being done here is innovative and shaping the future of NATO.
ACT is at the center of that innovation, and what you are forging here will allow NATO to adapt to changing times and changing missions and continue to bolster our collective security.
Now, once the Secretary gets downtown, and she's already on her way, should be arriving there now, she will, of course, speak to them about some of the things that she's been looking at on her trip, specifically the problems with Iran and also with Syria. We expect to hear from her on that, as well as on the drawdown from Afghanistan and NATO's role in that as they forge ahead. Reporting live from the Allied Command Transformation Headquarters at NATO in Norfolk, Art Kahn, 10 on your side.
3 huge topics. We'll keep a close eye on that. Thank you, Art.